What can we do for a REO town that would give them a lot of instant attention, help them towards their goal of where they want to be, whether it's gritty art, and draw people down here at morning, evenings, and also do something that would engage the community like they haven't been engaged. So let's just make it more of an invitation to collaborate, an invitation to share thoughts and ideas, and we just said, here's a canvas, here's a start. Don't take anything up here as cast in stone. This is just an idea starter. So what we wanted to do today was come up with an idea of how we best do this. We have the building under a purchase agreement. It's a reasonable price. It can be opened in a very quick hurry. I mean, realistically, if we wanted to open it in 10 days, we could open it in 10 days, but we'd like to shoot for maybe 90 days, make this a tight, quick process, but maximum exposure, blast it out there to graphic artists, local entrepreneur groups at Michigan State, LCC, maybe Grand Rapids, maybe national entrepreneur magazines. That's some of the stuff we want to talk about today. How do we get the most bang for the buck for REO Town during this process and give them a cool establishment? Some of the thoughts, basically this, right now it's not a very attractive building. We would put a false front on it and make it 2-story, almost 2.5-story. This would be a blank canvas, basically. We don't have a name, we don't have a logo, we don't have a font. I mean, that's all the stuff that we want the community to come up with. But this year, we look at this as almost being a changing face, maybe once a year, maybe 3 times a year. Cool stuff. It could be just multiple colors. It's got a coffee window here. There's only 24 seats on the inside. So just kind of a cool, hip little urban place. The inside, we don't envision doing a lot to it. I mean, new carpet, painting the walls, probably some plasma TVs, just some different stuff that would make it more inviting. There's limited things you can do there, but
we were talking about the face and how the face could change, month to month, year to year. I think Kathy and I maybe been talking with maybe somebody else, but kind of something that's downtown. If you look at where Instaprints is or where Billows used to be, how they have this fake facade now. And we're talking about how neat it would be if that fake facade were actually accessible, controlled access to an artist or two who goes up there every other week and changes it. So you've got this chameleon-looking thing down in the area.
That's the way. And again, this was just a quick, here's a canvas, no offense for me or anything, but when we threw this together, the orange canopy that stuck out just above the first floor where the existing building stops, that's set up as a canopy that sticks out that has a mesh grating on top, like a billboard does. So somebody could actually stand and set ladders on top of that. Well, that's the way it's set up right now.
Some of the other thoughts or ideas, everyone's been to Gold Harvest. It's got that cult type of following, which is incredible. They never planned on it. If we could somehow plan on something like that here, if done the right way, and it was lucky enough, with the logo and the font and the hipness of it, t-shirts, hats, it could almost be a brand in itself. It could be an urban catering. It could turn into an urban catering thing where people go, I got to go to that hip place.
The whole thing is launched with social media. You just ask for the community development entirely on social media and say, what do you want this restaurant to be? We're planning it, and you build an ownership right there. And that's your market research. Because people are telling you what they want to see, you build that ownership right away. You're going to have a dedicated following. You're going to have, you're going to have the food. People are going to tell you what food they want. They're going to tell you what they'd like to see. I love the art on the top here, and I love that it can change at any moment. And the art is there, but the building is the art. The food is the art.
I love the idea that Josh had about get this out there and let people chime in. They're going to buy into it right off the bat then. And when it opens, they're going to be the first people standing at the door waiting to see what their input resulted in. I don't like the idea of a competition because you get one winner and lots of losers, and all of a sudden you've turned off a bunch of people.
What we could do, go ahead.
But I like starting with that idea of gritty and inventive, because I think that fits really well with what's happening in REO Town. I think it fits really well with your real, your base market. And if you start with that, then and anything that doesn't kind of contribute to that. So maybe that's the first decision you want to make with the group is what is that that primary focus that we're trying to achieve.
What is it you say?
Eats.
Eats?
Yeah, you know, like it's food, it's eat it, it's grubs, it's eat your food. But that, it kind of ties to that grittiness, you know, it's not like some hoity-toity green, you know, fluffy word, it's just, it's food, it's eats, go eat.